Let us discuss the difference between transpiration and evaporation. As you all know that transpiration is the loss of water in the form of vapors from the aerial parts of the plant. So first point, let us begin from this. This is water loss from surface of cells, or you can say from the aerial parts of the plant. But in case of evaporation, the water loss is from free surface of water. So free surface of water means it's a physical process in which the water is evaporating from seas, from oceans, from rivers. So water loss from free surface of water means no living tissue is involved. But in case of transpiration, we have talked about water loss from the surface of cells. So it involves the living tissue. So remember that first difference is just between the definitions only. You see, transpiration is a loss of water from the aerial parts of the plant, and this is loss of water from free surface of water. We can also say in case of transpiration that water losses from the surface of the cells, and in case of evaporation, water losses from free surface of water. So let's begin to differentiate between these two important processes from the very beginning. Transpiration is a physiological as well as a physical process, but evaporation is only a physical process. How transpiration is physiological and physical process? You all know that if you talk about transpiration, we talk about osmotic pressure, we talk about certain forces that are regulating this process, that is transpiration. So those processes such as osmotic pressure and other processes that are involved with the living tissues of the cell, they make this process physiological as well as physical. How physical? Because there is some effect of certain factors such as we can say light to some extent. So physical factors are also responsible for transpiration. So transpiration is a physiological because of osmotic pressure and other factors that are required that affect this process, plus it is a physical process also. Why? Because there are certain abiotic factors also which regulate this process, that is transpiration. Now evaporation is a physical process only because it involves only the loss of water from free surface of water. So it is determined by physical factors such as light, such as temperature and all. So this is a physical process, as this process evaporation is dependent on physical factors. We'll discuss these factors. Next, transpiration takes place in living tissues, as we have discussed from the definition, that is water loss from the surface of cells. So transpiration takes place in case of living tissues, and evaporation takes place in case of non-living matter. As you all know that water is an abiotic factor of ecosystem, it's a non-living factor. So evaporation is occurring in non-living matter, that is water, that is water loss from free surface of water. Next point, we already have discussed that transpiration is water loss from surface of cells and evaporation is water loss from free surface of water. Next, we move on to transpiration, that is, it is influenced by anatomy of transpiring organs. As you all know, what are transpiring organs in case of transpiration? The first transpiring organ that we have is stomata. You know, most 90% of the transpiration takes place from the stomata of the cells. So what is stomata? Stomata are the pores. They are mostly present on the underside of the leaf, and these pores opening and closing is regulated by guard cells. So the transpiration is influenced by anatomy. Anatomy is the internal structure. The internal structure of what? Transpiring organs. They may be some mesophyll cells, it can be from stomata, and it can also be from lenticels. These are special cells present on the bark of the tree. So the transpiration process is influenced by anatomy of transpiring organs. These transpiring organs are stomata, lenticels and mesophyll cells, or spongy cells, from where water loss is there. In the form of what? In the form of water vapor. Next, in case of evaporation, there is no such influence because it is taking place in non-living matter and it is a physical process. There is no such influence of transpiring organs in case of evaporation. Next, transpiration is regulated by the amount of soil water. Means the amount of water present in the soil is responsible for the regulation of this process, that is transpiration. But in case of evaporation, this goes on unchecked as long as water is present. You can see that water evaporates from oceans, rivers, and this is a continuous process. So it goes on unchecked as long as water is present. But in this case, it is regulated by the amount of soil water. It is not a continuous process like evaporation. you can say that it can be continued, but depending upon the amount of soil water present in the soil. So it is comparatively a slow process. It is a fast process as compared to transpiration. Light, carbon dioxide, concentration, pH and hormones regulate and control transpiration. They do not influence evaporation. Or you can say, in this case evaporation, light is an indirect factor which is regulating evaporation, but in case of transpiration, light is a direct factor which is regulating transpiration. Okay, so you have a fair idea of what is the difference between this transpiration process and evaporation process. Transpiration is a physiological as well as physical process. Why physiological? Because it is involving some forces such as osmotic pressure and other forces. Plus, it is a physical process. Why? Because it is dependent on these physical factors also. That is light, carbon dioxide, pH, and concentration. So this is a physiological as well as physical process. But in case of evaporation, there is no physiological process is responsible for the evaporation of water from the free surface of cell. So it is a physical process only. Since it is taking place in the cells of the plant, so it is involving living tissues, but there is no involvement of living tissues. So it is taking place in non-living matter, that is abiotic component of the ecosystem, water. Next, this is water loss from surface of cells. This is water loss from the free surface of water. As you have discussed, or you must be knowing about water cycle, that water evaporates from the free surface of water. So that is evaporation. But in case of transpiration, this is water loss from the aerial parts of the plant, from the surface of cells. So that is why it is influenced by the anatomy of transpiring organs. Transpiring organs can be stomata, it can be special cells, that is lenticels, or it can be mesophyll cells also. So remember, we have three types of transpiring organs. You can say stomata, lenticels and mesophyll cells. So the anatomy or the internal structure of these organs influences the process transpiration. But since it is taking place in non-living matter, there is no such influence of transpiring organs. Next, this is regulated by the amount of soil water, but this goes on unchecked as long as water is present. It is a comparatively slow process, but it is comparatively a fast process. So these physical factors and the physiological factors are regulating and controlling transpiration. But in this case, these factors, they do not have a direct influence. You can say light has an indirect influence on evaporation, but light has no direct influence on evaporation. But in this case, in transpiration, light, carbon dioxide has direct influence on transpiration. So I hope now the difference between transpiration and evaporation is very clear, and you can attempt any question when it comes to differentiate between transpiration and evaporation.